Alright guys, so I'm at the gym right now. I'm gonna try and not record that guy behind me. I'm at the gym right now and just kind of finished up my day. I think I'm about a quarter or maybe a third of the way done with painting the underside of the Mustang, or undercoating it is what the chassis saver is called. I was getting really like bent out of shape about like, how do I know how much rust needs to be on this metal, or should it be bare metal, or should it be painted, or should I use a rust reformer first, etc. I read the back of the can, which I should have done in the first place, and it was just saying like, just get any debris off, get it flat, and rust needs to be kind of on there in order for it to bond correctly. So I've been working probably too hard so far. So the following is just all my video clips of what I took today while I was working on that, so you guys can see some of the progress. Mostly like a journal vlog entry. Not really much to show, but I wanted to kind of record it anyways. So yeah, time to grind. All right, so we're next to the Mustang. This is day 2. It's a few days later from the last video that I posted, but yeah, we're gonna start working on, oh man, we're gonna start working on the floorboards, finish up the trans tunnel, and then hopefully just yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to handle doing this on my back for a few hours, but we're gonna try. So yeah, also want to get the subframes right here. I want to get those good so they're ready to have the subframe connectors welded on. But yeah, other than that, we're just going to start tearing into it and get any rust taken care of. And yeah, so let me go ahead and here's a video of what it looks like underneath the car. All right, so you can see there's a lot of like surface rust under here. This car didn't have like an undercoating or anything, which I'm slightly thankful for just because of how clean it is. This looks like it's been attempted to be fixed before because it's got all this, you know, some sort of rust paint on it, I'm sure. And then it gets a little bit worse when you start getting back there. But yeah, we've got our work cut out for us. Up there we've already cut down, so we're just going to keep moving down this way. Yeah, and we'll just, I think I'm going to try to do the back, like this part right here. I think we're going to do that forward and just polish that up. I like that because it's nice and clean and smooth. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get her done and come back to you. All right, so Mustang. I'm so tired. It's like holding your arms just up like this. It's just, it's annoying. It sucks. I'm ready to get back at it. I took like a 15-minute break. Just doing some research on the rust, the chassis saver, and it says that you can paint it over tightly formed rust. So I think I'm going to kind of aim for, I need to crawl under this car. All right, so there's this level of rust where it's just all like there's loose debris on it. There's this level where it's just kind of spotty, still debris. There's this level where it's essentially perfectly smooth and everything's been perfectly removed and it's perfectly flat metal surface. It's very labor intensive to get it to here, so trying to find out where the middle ground is where I'm okay. This right here is smooth, but I mean it's got bump on it, but there's no like loose debris. Then like, where would be a good example? There's a, yeah, like that. Let's see, so this is smooth, but you can still see there's some staining from the rust. I think this is what I'm going to try to get to. because this is just too labor intensive to get to. And I think this is close enough to tightly formed rust. Like this is perfectly smooth right here. I can feel this transition, but this right here, the difference between this brown and like where the rust was, and you can see it's kind of stained the metal. I think that's going to be okay. So we're gonna get a little less crazy. Like this is just like bare ass metal. No galvanizing, no coating, no paint, no anything. And I think that that is more risky than that, because this has galvanizing on it or whatever this coating is to the steel. This is going to be bare steel. So the minute that touches water and oxygen, it's going to rust. The galvanizing adds some resistance to that. So I think leaving it like this right here is going to be better off. Because like this right here, if the undercoating that I put on gets a chip, then it's instantly going to start rusting away, which is going to be a huge pain in the butt. So we're just going to keep on trucking along. And this stuff I'm not worried about, like these spots, because there's no rust on them. This is just like chunks of the original paint, and who cares if it's not perfectly smooth. I just want to get rid of like those little rust spots, things like that. So, and it doesn't need to be perfect. I just don't want to touch this ever, ever again. So, after doing some research and taking a little break, we're gonna jump back in. We've got a Mitsubishi Eclipse trunk mat right here that we're laying on, so we can stay at least a little isolated from the ground. But off we go. All right, so you can kind of see it. I'm going to be using the chassis saver here to paint the firewall. I haven't finished doing stuff underneath, but I want to make some progress here, and just kind of play with this anyways, because I've had it for a while. Now it says don't shake it, you have to mix it. I shook it and then mixed it. It specifically said not to shake it, but well, I'm not turning back now. So we got to do 2 layers on here, so I'm just going to do this firewall and then just kind of down into the tunnel. I don't really care about the bottom because I'll get that at a later point. But there we go. Oh wow, that stuff is thick. This is going to go a long way. That stuff is nice and thick. That dip alone is, oh man, it's covered most of the upper part of this firewall. There we go. Nice. Oh, we almost poured some out. We're just using a cheap $1 Harbor Freight paintbrush here. Holy cow, this has some coverage. Wow, I might have gotten way too much out of the can here. And I don't necessarily want to put it back in the can. Wow, there we go. Oh yeah. There we go. That's good and nice. There we go. Oh yeah. This honestly doesn't have very severe fumes, because when I was using the POR 15, the POR 15 on the axle, that had dramatically more fumes. So, okay, there we go. I'm just kind of overlapping onto the paint that the car had before we started doing any of this stuff. There we go. All right, I'm just kind of working on spreading it around at this point. Wow. Like 3 dips of the brush has covered so much of this shit. Holy crap. This stuff is nice. There we go. There we go. Ooh. All right, there we go. Nice. I think while we've got this out, maybe we're going to just go ahead and do the fenders, the inner fenders here, just because we've got stuff out right now. I'm trying to tuck this as far into the seams as I can too, just to kind of hopefully get a little bit more sealing, because I'm not going to get all of the rust out, you know what I mean? Wow, that is just pleasant. There we go. Oh yeah. Just get behind the brake line right here. Cool, nice. Wow, that is really nice to work with. Holy cow! I feel like I've made such a huge difference at this point, just because of the way that looks. Oh my gosh. Let's just go ahead. We'll do the. Oh boy. All right. Well, we're gonna do this frame rail. It's kind of dirty in the first place, but let's see if we can get a position on the camera here. All right, there we go. So just to kind of cover what I did to clean. I did purple power, and then I just wipe it up. Now this has a lot of rust inside of it, inside of this rail, and there's just nothing that I can really do about that without sandblaster. So I'm going to do what I can to get stuff in there. But once the purple power is in there, we just go ahead and use a wee bit of water just to kind of get the purple power out of there. And then a little bit of I don't know why it's been lighting it. Lit every time before. Let's well, smells like propane over here. Use my hottest spark will help. Okay, well, that doesn't really seem to help. So, let's fan that shit out of here. Well, go ahead and do what we can. I'm gonna see if I can light this bad boy off the heater that I have going over here. Oh, gotta grow under. There we go. Alright, well, you don't make a fucking weird ass noise, but we're here. Alright. So, man, I'm probably honestly gonna want to do the whole rails and stuff here, but alright. Let's get under here. There we go. What I'm trying to do here is get in between the crevices of the metal wherever rust could be, etc. And then there we go. Oh man, we're gonna need some flow in here to get as deep as we want. There we go. Okay, yes. Then actually ground this inside part too, so we will honestly not even use any just wipe any debris off of it. I don't super care about the finish here, but there we go. There we go. All right. Heck yeah. Go ahead and there we go. Oh, now we got some volume under here. We can slosh it around. I should have cleaned the other side, but here we are. Okay. There we go. That's not bad. Not too bad at all. Just notice my phone has silver paint on it. Cool. All right. Well, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up the inside of here, and then we will get back to her. All right. So we're under the car. Haven't done this yet. I want to get that more, whatever. Rust free. Like I want it to look more like this instead of that's just like so much. So anyways, we've got our first coat here. I should get deeper down in the corners. I'm not sure if I want to do another tray or just let this sit, but yeah, I mean this is, I don't know, not the best, but another layer and it'll be good enough. So right here we're under the trans tunnel. This is where the shifter goes. I just ran out of paint in there. That little cup about 3/4 full did a lot of painting. So we did the bottom of the fender here. Reason for that is there was a bunch of rust there, so I ground it down to metal. We've got under here done all up in silver. I'm not sure if I'm gonna paint this, but yeah, it's kind of nice just really doing rust control at this point. I keep finding other rust that I'm like making mental notes of where I'm going to go back and take care of it, but yeah. Yeah. And then we've got the firewall. That's all done. I just went to the seams. Did the inside of this one. Haven't done this one because I didn't grind it down. So maybe I will, maybe I won't, who knows. But yeah, so that's pretty nice. The finish is, I mean, it's definitely brushed on, but you know, it's nice for me to know what's on there. I'm just really doing rust control. As much as I'd love everything aside from the outside of the car to be silver, you know, the whole underside and everything, it's a huge job. So yeah. I don't know how much rust I need to take off. The can over here says, trying not to get any paint on my hand, it says to, it says you want to grind the rust down but not get rid of it because it grabs onto the rust better than it grabs onto metal. All right. Yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about there, but my camera ran out of space, so I had to erase some things. But also did a little bit down here. I need to remove this guy and grind this actually all the way down. But yeah, and then I also did the inside of the fender lip. I did avoid getting it on the outside. I'm not perfect. Neither is this car, so, oh, hell yeah, I thought I'd wipe that off and I wiped paint on it. God damn it. All right, well, yeah, I think that's going to be about it for today, just because that's wet. I don't want to keep grinding, but I do have, so here's the wheel that I was using when I first started. You can see that it's like it was twisted, but it's kind of uneven now, and all the twists have come undone. This is a smaller one. I was using, it's like a carbon steel wheel, and then I've got two new ones. This is one of the new ones. This one seems to be losing its efficacy. So I'm going to switch it to see if the new one helps. I don't know how it would because it looks like it's pretty close to the same, but oh, that's probably why all of these are all smeared or bent going that way, because it turns like that. So this will work better because it's got them in all directions. I'm probably just running it too hard, honestly, but like that to that is pretty crazy sauce. So yeah, we're gonna call it a evening. Oh, I did get some new parts. A buddy of mine gave me some valve covers that he was using on his 5.8 turbo, but it was leaking oil out of a really junky weld over here, so yeah, he couldn't use them. So lucky me, I get some big nice aluminum valve covers I can put some stickers on. Yeah, and then this is burn mark. So this is like this chunking off here. They like tried to burn it. It's not rust. I thought it was rust, but it is not. It's just burnt insulation and stuff. It's just all over because they tried to burn it out and it didn't necessarily super work. So but yeah, we I don't think there's many other updates right now. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and close up here, and we'll roll out. So, thanks for watching day 2 of episode 7.